And recording. Third time's a charm. Recap. So last we left off, our adventurers had made their way back to Angaria for various reasons. Some of which was for the members of the Dark Sons, which was Oshizaki, Aaron, and now most recently Phoenix had to go and talk with the commander Vikman Vandalore, also known to the group as Vivi, letting him know a status report that they've recruited all of the members of Phoenix's Lost Guild with the Blood Hunters. After also making contacts with some old friends like Wilhelm and letting him know that his drone that they'd recovered had finally been returned, and seeing the updates that he has going on with this factory with all the automaton or canobots coming along quite nicely. But after finally gathering their strength back up and getting the things that they need from Angaria, they decided it was time to make their way towards the Flame Tongue Jungle to deal with a Quaddle that is currently having some ongoing situation with the ley line. While Valastrios always has had some business with the ley lines, Dorian is also interested in going there because, well, there's lizard dwarves, and he thinks he has some history relations with that, and some ties with his mother. But we'll find that out more as we go. After Valastrios had dispersed an insane amount of magic, just harassing all the staff at Belvert Manor, we finally decided it might be best for us to just go ahead and get on out of there. And we teleported towards the Flame Tongue Jungle, and that's where we left off.
Alright, so you suddenly
Pretty
appear.
sure that your people were harassing me, but you know, whatever.
With kindness. They were killing them with kindness.
They were.
I don't like it.
So you suddenly appear in a clearing in the middle of the jungle. The sound of crickets ring in your ear. There's a moistness to the air as you look around and see a dense rainforest. You hear somewhat disconcerting stomping off in the distance, but it doesn't seem to be drawing any closer. You'll see the occasional monkey swinging its way through the treetops. And you are suddenly reminded about why the Flamethorn Jungle got its name, as around many of these trees, there are these dense reddish-orange thorns that sort of wind their way up around the base of the tree, reaching all the way to its peaks. Looking around your immediate vicinity, you see what appears to be, probably within your eyesight right now, a few dozen. But you would imagine there's likely more, as there's certain parts of this clearing that are still slightly obscured by some trees. Of these about 4 to 4.5 foot tall, stout humanoids. Brownish green scales that sort of cover their faces, that go basically covering every amount of at least visible skin that you can see. Slitted eyes, long hair that almost has like a predator sort of vibe to it, like tendril-like hair with what looks like they would be beards, except with some they're sort of drooping like webbing that hangs off of their chin. With others, it's spikes or various spines that sort of make the general shape of a beard, but are obviously not hair. And immediately upon arriving in this clearing, you immediately draw the attention of everybody here. The eyes are locked on you. And when suddenly you hear a female voice come around the corner.
Well, thank you all so much for your assistance.
And as soon as her eyes land on you, Dorian, she just drops everything she was carrying. She had an axe in hand. She looked like she had just split some wood, and they just tumble to the ground. This appears to be a middle-aged dwarf, likely 200 to 300 years old. She has long, dark hair. This is though some female dwarves can grow beards, this one does not have one. She's about 4 feet tall, wearing rags that have likely seen better days. But she has some startling features that you notice, as it seems as about half of her face has started to grow these scales. You notice that on one of her hands, though not on the other one, on her right hand, it has started to scale over as well. And she just stands there in front of you, just stunned. She looks at you and says,
What is your name?
Uh. So I'm Dorian. This is Shiziki, and then I shove Shiziki forward.
I will immediately take a look around to my surroundings and see where we're at, and I'll put a hand on my chest and their knee, and I will make it so that I'm wearing some short camo booty shorts and like a deep V billowing like camo jacket. I mean, you gotta dress for success.
so you look very snazzy, very spiffy, but
Wow.
Too bad you don't
Where-
have boots.
I'm lost.
Flamethorn Jungle, you guys had teleported at the end of the last session, and the session ended mid-teleport. So now you are arriving at an encampment in the middle of Flamethorn Jungle, and that's where we're starting off.
Okay. Yeah, Aaron's just gonna kind of like put his hand on his head and go, "Really? Fucking really?"
This-
Well, if you were a part of our daily routine meetings rather than running off in your warehouse, you would know these things.
She takes a few steps closer to you, Dorian, and
Or it takes a few steps further away.
she takes another few steps closer.
I will wedge myself in between the two, seeing Dorian's level of uncomfortableness. Shiziki Belric, I don't think I've actually caught your name yet.
Torbera Strathheim.
Yes, you would be correct. That I'm from Strathheim.
I hate your voice modulator so much.
Sorry.
Sounds like she's like a female robot.
Would it be better without the voice mod? This is just one of the base ones.
I just wanted to, like, would you like to update your Windows?
You have mail.
In 0.5 miles, turn left.
Oh my god! No, it sounds like it's the like one of the computers from Pokemon, like the Pokédex. It literally sounds like a female version of the Pokédex.
Pikachu, the mouse Pokemon.
So yeah, let's do without the module.
Yeah.
Alright, I won't use the module. I need to tweak this one a little bit. So, okay. So, my name is Torbera Strathheim. And, I've been in the jungle for several decades now at this point, though the dwarf behind you likely already knows that.
Yeah, baby.
Immediately she looks at you and she says, Dorian, I am so sorry for everything. I wasn't there.
Hold on. Let me hold you up right there. You don't have to be sorry for anything. My life is pretty good.
When this is all said and done with, whenever you have the time, I still would like to explain to you why I've never left this place.
You're trapped.
I could leave, potentially, if I wanted
But
to.
the others are trapped.
And the problem is that if I did leave,
They would die.
and I might not be able to find my way back to save them.
Yep, I knew it. It runs in the family. Heroes to the end. Alright, what do I have to hit, kill, banish, magically bind, curses remove? I'm a one call kind of person. Dwarf.
Right, I guess, sorry, forgive me. I'm on to business then.
I'm also these funerals, coming of age rites, one stop shop. Yep, quinceañeras.
Right, well, we won't be needing any of that here, but I am very proud of you. Right this way. As she sorta, her well, they've been stuck here for a long time. She's saying as she's walking and sort of guiding you guys. The spell plague was rampant here. It's no longer a threat, but that doesn't change the fact that if not for myself, and if not for who I'm about to introduce you to, these dwarves here would have all been long dead. Unfortunately, the spell plague originated from this ley line, and as a result, it is this ley line that is keeping them alive. If we seal the ley line without first purifying it, they die. Right about this time, you round a corner, and the first thing that sticks out to you when you round this corner is you see what looks like probably the back 10th. Very small portion, but some sort of reptilian tail, solid white. As you round the corner some more, you see this tail continue to trail off, and with the distance of which you see it, you begin to wonder, how enormous is the creature that this thing belongs to? As you round another turn and you around another edge of the clearing, you see this green glowing plot of land across the ground. Though there's definitely something wrong with it, as it appears to be there's almost a sort of what appears to be like lightning that crackles across the ground and covers the entire exterior of this plot of land. And perched directly on top of it, with one of its wings jammed into the ground, right where the ley line is, sort of the spike on the bottom of its wing, is this enormous serpent. Just like the rest of its body, it is solid white, and it's coiled up to the point where just right now, it's about 30 feet tall just from this coiled mound of itself that is sitting on top of this ley line. But you imagine if this thing stretched itself out, it would be hundreds upon hundreds of feet long. This solid white serpent, up next, just below the base of the neck, has two enormous wings. We're talking probably about a 50 to 60 foot wingspan coming from this thing. This is who I wish to introduce you to. This is Ithalus. And immediately begins speaking to you.
Oh, he's about to use another module.
How did you know? So, immediately begins speaking to you and says, as my colleague here has stated, I am Ithalus. I'm a Coatl, and I'm almost 10,000 years old. It has been my calling, as given to me by Ao, to watch over the dwarven race. Every coatl is created with a purpose, and this is mine. I'm very pleased to see you here, for I believe it is only the lot of you who can end their plight. He pauses for a moment, giving the rest of you a chance to respond.
What language does he speak, by the way?
This wasn't common, though you imagine it's probably not his most comfortable language, as he does have a bit of an accent and a slight stutter when speaking it. But he did say that in common.
Yeah, he's got wings. He said he had wings.
How do you spell coatl?
Koala bear? What?
Yeah, how do you spell that, Gavin?
Couatl, and there's an apostrophe in there somewhere.
Of course there is. Why wouldn't there be?
All right. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So he speaks to the rest of you. I would cleanse this ley line myself. There is an ancient presence within this ley line, a corruption that has spread to its very root.
Yeah, of course.
Are any of you familiar with the goddess Amara?
Yeah, I am.
You have likely encountered Amara at some point.
Well,
Or I believe you know the being as the Avatar of Annihilation.
I think a number of us here are familiar with him.
Wait, who's Amara?
I'll just kind of like point to antithesis. Amara's dead hand.
Who?
Amara is an ancient deity and the last deity to embody domains of both creation and destruction, before Ao decided it was too dangerous for a god to have power over both. Ever since Amara, every deity, every domain that a deity falls under, either falls under the larger domain of creation or destruction. For example, your god of Kelemvor is over the domain of death, which is a destruction domain.
Yeah.
You're a destruction, dude.
Another example would be Corallan, who is the god of time, which again is also a domain of destruction. Amara was the last one to embody both. Back in the ancient days, when Zeus first attempted to annihilate your worlds, Amara was the final casualty of that war, and in an attempt to save her, her mind was preserved, but her essence was corrupted. Her proficiency for creation was erased, leaving only destruction left in its wake. And that is why she is in the state that she is now.
When you say state that she's in now, you mean dead, right?
Picture this. When a humanoid, when a mortal race dies and is brought back to life by an unnatural means, you label them an undead. The Avatar of Annihilation is the equivalent example of that, and it is the result of what happens when the same process is applied to a god.
Well, I mean, we've known people that have died and been brought back to life that aren't necessarily undead.
Yes, not every being, but through unnatural means, without returning their original life essence to their body and simply breathing life back into a corpse. That is what creates an undead.
So the Avatar of Annihilation is technically undead?
In a sense, yes.
He's an undead god. And also
While an
kind of a dick.
undead would not be the proper title for a being of his origin, or should I say her origin.
Oh, I didn't ask her if I was using the right pronoun whenever I was talking smack to him. Her.
That is the easiest method for which I believe you will understand.
Guys, I got an HR meeting coming up. Apparently I was not using the right pronouns.
Wait. What? Who?
Huh?
Who's a her? Them? They?
Apparently the Avatar of Annihilation is a she.
Who cares?
Well, I mean, if I'd have known that, I could have seduced her.
Sure.
No.
We'll crush it again. Did it once. We'll do
Crush
it
that,
again.
but never mind. I'm not gonna say that. Anyway,
Just staring at Shiziki like, the fuck is wrong?
so what would you call someone like that, and like, how do you put it to rest? I'm saying this to Ithilus.
Ithilus thinks and says, much in the same manner that one would put a humanoid spirit to rest. I believe you have a piece of Amara in your possession. And I believe that you know what you must do
As I say,
using that piece of Amara.
as he says this, I turn Antithesis into a back scratcher and start scratching my back. Yeah, I'm with you.
But for now, I believe it is you, Shiziki, who can help these people. You can use Antithesis as a vessel to draw out Amara's corruption from this ley line. After all, they are one and the same.
And how would I do that? I mean, I know already, but if you could tell everybody else here so they're all on the same page.
Right. Take Antithesis, transform it into a weapon, pierce the ley line.
It seems like there should be a catch-22 to something like that. Is there something else that might happen when I do that? I'm quite fond of this as I use my back scratcher to scratch my crotch.
You may find Antithesis becomes more powerful in the process.
Oh, well, you could just set that. Insight check.
Yeah, make an insight check.
Hey, Gavin.
You don't.
I can convince you to swap from cave to cathedral.
I'm used. Hold on. I am using Cathedral.
I love that the god would say, hang on, guys, hang on. Don't look at the man behind the curtain.
I am using Cathedral, actually.
Oh, okay.
Should I try Cave?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. You may find that Antithesis power grows, and you may find your future goals are much more attainable.
Mm-hmm.
You have nothing to lose from this. There is no chance of Antithesis rejecting this power. This power belongs to Antithesis, belongs to your weapon. It is the energy of Amara, however corrupted as it may be.
Follow-up question. You know what? No, I just kind of figured it out as we go. So, is there a ritual? Is there a seance? Do I need to do anything, or is this literally I just gotta dip the toe in the water?
Pierce the ley line.
What did I get on my insight check? Did I get any read off of that?
You sense no ulterior motives. Coatls as a whole, actually, give me a history check real quick before I tell you what I'm about to tell you, or what I might tell you.
Yeah, I know history. Fucking amazing at history. I didn't sleep through class on this part at all.
I lowered the DC because you've studied books on Celestials. Coatls are...
Hey, 1 second. Hey, Gavin, before you go into your explanation, you gotta be able to swap off that module, man.
Right. There we go. So, Coatls are essentially an ancient race of Celestials. They're technically a type of angel, created by the gods, and Coatls are essentially the taskmasters of the gods. They're created with one task in mind and one task in mind only, which they pursue for the entirety of their existence. And Coatls really only even reproduce to make more of themselves if their task goes unfinished, simply so they can continue whatever it is they sought out to do. Every task that a Coatl is given is God ordained, and they are a very lawful species. They follow orders, do exactly what is told, and is exactly what is expected of them. A Coatl with selfish motivations just doesn't really even exist. That they're just not wired that way. A Coatl's the type of creature that would basically kill themselves in order to do whatever it is they set out to do. There's nothing that is going to stop them from protecting something or fulfilling their goals.
I got you. Yeah, so I will take my back scratcher out of my pants, and I'll turn it into... Well, I'll just set it on. I'll just banish it for the time being. And I'll look at Dorian. Are you good with this? This is kind of your show, but I guess I'm helping out a bit.
Yeah. There's nothing I can do.
Well,
Like, I mean, I'll look up at the Coatl. Do you have some unrestless spirits that need rest? Right?
He chuckles and says, "We have some injured. If you would like to enlist your services there."
I mean, I'm not really a healer type. I'm more of like a banishment type. I'm a fighter, not a healer.
And those skills will be utilized soon enough.
well, I guess point me in the direction of this... Well, he's sitting in the ley line, right?
Yeah, but he's not covering the whole thing.
Right, but I'm like the ley line's like right there. I'm like,
It is a glowing green, crackling mass of land. It's hard to miss.
I'll start walking up to it and look at Velasquez and like, I know this is more your expertise. Any suggestions of how I cleanse a ley line?
Do what the Coatl says. Stab antithesis into it, and let's see what happens.
Okie dokie. I will bring antithesis back out.
As soon as he turns away, Velasquez takes like a good couple steps back. Like he just starts walking backwards.
So I will summon the giant dildo.
I fucking knew it. I knew you were just gonna literally fuck this ley line.
Hold it straight above my head, turn it down. Yeah, boy! And jam it into the ley line.
And just fuck the ley line. Okay.
I did spit on it first, so I'll let you know that.
God damn it. Alright. So,
Make these serious situations for me, Gavin.
you penetrate the ley line, and wasn't prepared for this. So you, I'm just gonna say pierce. You pierce the ley line, and suddenly in this moment, this crackling dark electricity that had been coursing through the ground, it seems to be moving away from you at first, and then it comes to a stop, and then starts rushing towards you. As this happens, you feel a course of energy through your body as these shadowy crackles of electricity, of these lightning-like arcs that pop and crack from one part of your weapon to another, begins filling your body. Immediately when this happens, and the rest of you notice this too, these black shadowy wings sprout from your back, and he is not in his shadow form. They are just there.
Oh.
Before antithesis sort of settles, but you notice that with the weapon, and you notice this too, Shiziki, when you're finally done with this pain, and you look at antithesis, this pulsating black and red energy of antithesis
This
seems
pulsing
to-
dildo?
Yes, exactly. I wasn't even going there. You're the one that made it a dildo, all right?
You're the one that created the weapon.
I just said it could turn into anything, all right? It was his twisted mind that turned it into a dildo. Don't blame me for this.
Mm-hmm.
And the energy is less violent. It seems to have settled. Rather than being this violent, almost flame-like emanation of power, it's just a steady aura now. It's not really moving, has a faint shimmer to it. And even when you return to your senses, when the pain subsides, these wings on your back have not gone away.
Cool. I
Why did
will...
Groovy just leave?
Don't leave me, Groovy. I have abandonment issues. Don't go.
I'm getting it started again.
Okay.
So, in Velastrios, what you immediately notice is the ley line is still torn open. You know, you shouldn't be able it shouldn't be this visible on the surface, and you recognize it, and you can tell that it is still unstable. But upon examining it now, you realize you can fix this. Whatever that was before, you'd never seen anything like it. But this just looks like your regular run-of-the-mill damaged ley line now.
I want to take a look at antithesis. I mean, is it different? Does something change? Is it more veiny?
So, just the energy of it is more stable. These sort of spiky protrusions from the shaft, God, I had to say shaft, are gone. It is... I'm trying to think of the least phallic way to describe it now. It is... It's smoother. That's the only way I know how to say it. There's...
Is it like, are you saying it's more tranquil?
Yes.
Okay. How... I don't know. I guess I'll just take a look over myself and now that I have these wings. Is anything else different aside from me having wings?
No, just that, you know, you had this cut on your hand the other day from attaching your harness to the Devourer of Souls, and you watch it as it just sort of goes away.
I will fly.
It's just like being in shadow form. You can fly just as easily. It feels just as natural. You can move these wings as naturally as you can move your own arms. How high up are you flying?
I'll probably as high as I can really just go in one big spurt. I'm kind of curious of like how fast, how far I can kind of go with them. So like with regular wings, I can go 60 feet. So I'll just straight in the air.
It is the sensation of flying in this manner is identical to being in shadow form. It feels just like it's not even an alien sensation to you because you're so used to being able to fly during that transformation. But now you just have it.
The only other thing I want to do is like I'm gonna just hold out a hand and like cast a quick cantrip and see if, I don't know, my spell casting seems different, seems more potent, powerful. Because I mean, with Shadow Form, I can increase a stat with it basically to kind of be metagame. I mean, does it seem like my spell casting is more powerful?
Not really. The only differences that you've noticed, at least so far, is that you can control your wings and make them appear at will whenever you want to, and that Antithesis sort of has a bit of a healing presence to it now.
I will gracefully touch back down to the ground and sheath my dildo.
You do. You sending it to its pocket dimension?
Sure, but like I do like a whole process of like a samurai sword where you like, you know, you just like you just basically run it down your thumb and like put it into your belt loop even though there's no belt loop there, and then like as soon as I do it just disappears.
Gotcha. Okay, so just to look cool.
Basically, yeah. And then I will strut my stuff in my camo booty shorts and rejoin the group.
So as you're walking back to the group, you immediately notice from this ley line, after you've cleansed it, this white...
Uh-oh. I got ping spikes. I can't hear anything. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna... Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, I'm back now. I can hear you.
Oh,
I too is still here.
I'm here.
Shut up.
So as this white energy sort of bursts from this ley line, at the for a second, just for a moment, and you look at your arm.
I am
And
so
while there
sorry,
are
Gavin,
still-
but it cut out again for me. You look back, there's a white energy from the ley line, and then it cut out.
Okay.
I changed the server,
Basically-
so hopefully we won't have any more ping spikes for me for a bit.
Okay. So this white light sort of passes through all of you, and it leaves sort of a warming sensation on your body, as it just feels healing, wholesome, comfort.
Motherfucker.
For the first time in nearly 1,000 years, it's gone.
So I want to see if I can conjure the blue flame still.
You do, and you can. And noticing your response, the Coatl speaks to you. The power that you have gained from the curse still remains. But you must no longer fear for your life. It will no longer have a toll on your body and on your soul. Nor will it for the rest of these people.
You think I was afraid? Please.
I sense no fear from you.
As you should. I'm the Archmage. There's only one
This-
thing that I fear.
And what is that?
Tapioca. You know, it's weird. It's like pudding, but it's got those little seed things in it. It's disgusting. Yes, it's ridiculous. Like, you're like, yes, give me some custard. And then they give you this shit with sand in it. It's ridiculous.
Also grits. Worst invention ever. Sidebar. Sorry.
Grits are delicious. Just kidding.
You see Shaz write a note down because the morning crew has been making grits with all the breakfasts every day. And like, oh man, why don't they tell me this stuff?
Dorian eats it. Oh, I love grits, man. Grits are good. Dorian's like the type of person that grew up on like porridge and sausage links every morning. He was in a orphanage.
I had grits literally this morning. So
Me too.
Fucking hate grits.
Grits are amazing.
And cornbread.
What?
Cornbread's the
Unless
best.
unless it's sweet cornbread, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
savory or
cornbread.
sweet, I like them both. Mix some
garbage.
jalapenos into it too.
You keep your sandpaper.
Blarf.
Oh my god. I'm such an idiot. So, hey, I did.
All right, well, we're getting off topic.
Question. Do my wings disappear after a time, or do they just like stay? Like after a minute,
They
do they go?
disappear when you want them to disappear.
Okay. I will make them disappear, and then I'll try and make them reappear.
You do it with a thought.
Lights off. Lights
Okay, so
I
I'm
turn them off,
completely-
and I turn them back on, and off, and on, and then I make strobe light wings.
Okay. Sorry, what were you saying, Brandon?
I said I'm completely fucking confused at this point. Like, something happened to Shaz and he became to control shit. Freaking something happened to Velasquez, he can control shit now. And I'm sitting here going, I don't know what I'm doing, guys.
You keep leaving us, man.
It seems as though there is no mechanical parts here. Aaron, why don't you go teach these people how to build a fire?
I don't teach people how to build fires. I teach people how to build firearms.
I mean, it sounds like you have 6 eggs in one hand and half a dozen in the other. We don't need you here. And Velasquez will walk up and I want to inspect the ley line and just stick like the bottom tip of the staff into it and see if I can focus in on it.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
Not to take away from his thing, but in the meantime, I will take out the wand of conducting, and I'm making some good rave music as I'm dancing with my strobe light wings.
Dude,
Boots and pants and boots
That's
and
my
pants.
wand.
Boots and pants and boots and pants.
So 32, yeah, just high enough. So
sweet.
this ley line, you can tell it was definitely torn open by some degree of supernatural means. You would imagine, if it wasn't for the fact that it had just been cleansed, that it was likely a being of great power that tore this ley line open. But as of now, while it is very, very damaged, it's nothing you haven't fixed before.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll start channeling in on it and trying to close it, like I did with the one up in oh, what was that other one?
Birkwood.
Also,
Darkwood, yes, with the green dragons.
Velastros, whether he wants it or not, sees me dancing and is inspired.
No, he doesn't.
You are mandatorily inspired.
Could you do me a favor? Your dancing is actually irritating me more. Could you do that, like, out of my eyesight?
You got
Behind
it,
the
and I
tree
dance
line?
harder.
I take his inspiration and I throw it on the ground.
Shaz takes 1 point in psychic damage again.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and add that. This hurts your ego. I'm serious. Give yourself that 1 point.
I already did.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mental stability is going to be a serious thing. Are you going to
Yeah.
use a madness table in campaign 2?
Probably not.
Oh,
And that is 1 point of inspiration that is gone from my thing. Sorry, I got 4 more.
Yeah, you're good. So you start closing this ley line. And in the process of doing so, and this goes for the rest of the group as well, a familiar sensation overtakes you as the coatl is still in motion, but the dwarven female standing in front of you is now frozen in place. There was a leaf falling off of one of the trees near you, Aaron, and it is now just suspended in front of your face, as nothing around you seems to be moving.
Hold on, repeat that.
Basically, just nothing around you seems to be moving. Like there's a leaf that just was falling in front of your face and just stops.
Okay. Like, is everybody around me just frozen?
Other than the members of the Sins and the Coatl, yes.
Oh, okay, so this is something that Velasquez is doing.
You wonder that at first, but then when you see the tall, fair-skinned, black-haired human individual standing in front of you, you immediately recognize it as Ao.
Oh, heyo, hey, how you doing, buddy?
Hold on, I need my voice changed for this one.
Oh.
I come to you with grave news.
Of course, you have to come to us for grave news, but damn it, what?
In 2 weeks, on the 1st of Frostfall of the year 988, first day of the new year, Zeus will make his final assault on your world.
It's already 998? Man, I gotta update my calendar.
988, but yeah. He brings with him an army, several 100,000 strong, a force of which your world has never seen.
I guess I got some favors to call in, huh?
So, what the rest of you notice as well, and
Drop your voice.
right. So, what the rest of you notice as well, and Ao doesn't say anything about it, even though he sees her. She doesn't introduce herself, at least not yet. But the first thing that catches your eye, well, not the first thing, but what immediately catches your eye now is another individual walks from around the corner of the clearing. This is what appears to be a drow female, long white hair that goes down to about her waist. But what primarily the males of the group would likely notice is that this drow female is completely naked, completely unclad, as her description on the D&D wiki would state.
Don't you have any modesty as I finish up my twerking?
She chuckles and says, I'm not going to use a voice changer for this. When my grandfather is done speaking to you, you are actually the one I require counsel with. My name is Elistraye.
Who is your father?
Coralon Lorethian. And my mother, unfortunately, is the one that most of you, yes, would know as the Loth.
And so you're talking about your grandfather, Ao.
Indeed.
I'm sorry, who were her parents?
Corellion and Loth, the god of the elves and the god of the dark elves. Loth is the evil mistress and mother matron of the dark elves, and the Corellion is the god of the... How do you not know about religion?
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sure Shaz would know these things. Sean.
I'm actually not sure
Super
Shaz
lost.
would know these things. These are...
I grew up in Darkholm.
Yeah, but aren't you proficient in religion?
They don't worship Lolth in Darkholm. You would have heard the name of Lolth, and that's about it.
Well, I don't even need to roll for it? I honestly, no, whatever you decide, man. I don't know. So, Lolth, and whom? Lolth and Corthalora?
Coralon.
Corala.
Coralon.
Coralon. Coralon was the mother, Lolth is the father.
No, you got that backwards.
Oh my god. I'm so bad at history, guys. So bad. Mother, father.
Okay, so what is it that you need right now? We're kind of a little bit busy.
I just wish to strike a deal with your changeling friend here, but by all means, pretend I'm not here. She says as she's standing in front of you all, again, completely naked.
No.
No
Well,
what?
I don't want to stand here, sit on the ground. What if I sit?
Sitting is perfect. You know what? I will sit as well. That is perfectly fine. As she plops on the ground,
Does she sit Indian style, or does she sit like a lady?
legs crossed.
All right. Well, there's at least some classiness ish there.
What kind of deal? Because we're all a package.
That is for me and your changeling friend to discuss.
Man, I really don't want to have to. Oh, jeez. What?
Hello?
How's it going with Velasquez over there?
Oh
is
my
that Nick?
goodness, 807.
Nick!
Yeah,
Alright.
hey, yeah, sorry. My parents were getting on to me about schoolwork because I had one missing assignment that my teacher had sent back to me, and I had to redo it, and I messed up on it, and they were getting on to me about like one or two assignments, and it's ridiculous.
Education comes first, man. You gotta get that
Yeah,
taken care
you're good,
of.
man. So,
It's
Sean,
it's the thing is that it's legit math, and I can do math
Hey,
in my sleep.
hey, yeah,
so
we can talk about
Sean,
this after the game.
since you
Alright.
are the master of the recap, catch Nick up on this session real quick.
Okay,
We
so
can't do that.
super
We're in the
fast there,
forest.
Nick. Right, we went to the Flame
Yep.
Tongue Jungle where Dorian's people, like he knew some people, the dwarves that have been getting turned into lizard folk and whatnot, where we knew there was a Quaddle that has the ability to resurrect people. We
Tell him
teleported
what
there.
Quaddle is.
Right, well, the Quaddle, we covered that in the last session. We've covered
A
that.
giant
but-
angel snake.
Right, sure.
Yeah.
Giant angel snake
Mm-hmm.
with wings. Talked to the Quaddle. He was like, hey, there's a ley line here. Super corrupted. However, if somebody has a piece of Amara, which Shiziki does, the antithesis is actually a part of Amara's dead hand. He's like, well, put it in there. It'll cleanse it. You'll get more powerful. So I jammed a giant dildo into it. And I got more powerful, and I have wings that I can just choose to bring out whenever I want to. Velastrios apparently had some kind of curse removed. Don't know what that's about, because Velastrios is kind of a dick and doesn't tell anybody anything, except, insults and get on to him for getting
He
tea.
told y'all.
He did not tell
told
you
y'all.
about a curse,
Yes,
and
he
he's talked around so many things that we don't know what's true and what's not.
did. No,
He has
told y'all
the
at one
curse of
point in time.
immortality. He has the
Mhm.
curse, the curse that Shiziki knows about with his eye. He has the curse of just being generally a
And he
cranky
said
person.
His body was scorned and burnt by the spell plague.
Yeah, but we don't know if that's like a
never
physical thing or
Never
a
It was a physical
metaphoric.
thing. He rolled up his sleeves to cast a spell one time, and you could see that from his wrists.
Hey,
up,
if
were
you want us
just
to believe your
burned
character,
swords.
don't be so shady all the time.
He's not. He has been almost. He hasn't been truthful, but he has been honest. And he has always had an answer when you had a question.
Yeah, an answer. That's just saying you had a response. But
Yeah,
anyhow,
it's
so
okay.
that he had a curse removed from him, and now Ao has shown up to say in 2 weeks, Zeus is going to make his first move with an army of what was it, 700,000?
Several hundred. Didn't
Several
say an
hundred
exact
thousand.
number.
And now we just had this naked drow chick just walk up and says she wants to make a deal with me.
Demigod.
No, she's actually not a demigod. She's a full-fledged god, just a lesser deity.
All I know is she's a naked drow. So
I was like,
she didn't
was
really.
she naked?
She said her name is Elistraye, who is Ao's granddaughter, daughter of Lolth and Corlan. That's it, man. You're caught up now.
All right. Alrighty then.
So basically, you're as lost as you were before. Because
Yeah, pretty much.
I am very much lost.
General, no, I'm not lost.
Or
I know the general what happened in about like the hour that I couldn't join. All right.
So-
Well,
Just so you
I got a
guys know,
supercharged
I'm not
dildo, which is like a
making-
Red Bull, because now I have wings. That was the moral of the
Just so you-
story.
Just so you guys know, this is the description of Elistraye. She usually appeared unclad, cloaked only by her ankle-length hair that shone with a bright silvery hue. That
She
is
has
the
ankle
forgotten
hair?
realm.
Man, she needs to shave that.
No, just her hair is extremely long.
Well, go to a barbershop. Okay, anyway.
So that is something I'm pulling from directly from the
Sure.
Forgotten
All right,
Realms
we're
description.
back into it. Don't
Yeah,
break my immersion. Also, I took 1 point of psychic damage because Velasquez still won't let me inspire him, and it hurts my feelings.
Anytime somebody because your character has such an ego, anytime somebody is not inspired by you, you will always take 1 point of psychic damage because it is that painful to you.
I mean, it will heal, but the emotional scars will stay forever.
Exactly.
All right, let's do the thing.
All right. What was the last thing I said?
That Shiziki is an amazingly talented, basically she wants to make a deal with me, and that
Okay.
Dorian is willing to sit. I don't know.
Okay. So, Coralon speaks again. I also have an offer for your Kalashtar friend, if you will take it.
Wait,
You know, we have names.
Coralon.
Not Coralon, I meant Ao.
Oh. Sorry,
He
without
looks
the
at you
voice
and he
modulator,
says,
I don't know who was speaking.
I don't think I have. No, I don't have it on. Yeah, I don't have it on. So he looks at you, Aaron, and
So I'm sorry. Let me make sure. Ao
I
has a
cannot right
deal
now.
for Aaron, and the girl has a deal for me.
Correct.
Okay, good. I'm on point now. Even I was getting a little lost there. All right, cool. Go ahead.
All right, try talking now, Brandon. Are you talking?
So let's hear about this deal for me.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a moment.
I take another point of psychic damage because I don't like being told not to.
So, just so you guys know, this is gonna be when she talks to him.
Can y'all hear me now?
There you are.
Yes, I
Yeah,
can hear
boy.
you. This is probably gonna be I need everybody to either deafen themselves or move to another group kind of thing.
Just
Whenever
you
I,
and Brandon go to another group, man.
Well, no, I'm talking about me and you.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Unless you want it on the stream.
That's exactly it.
Gotcha.
So he says, Aaron, when my brother falls, there will be a need for an arbiter, for one to maintain order and balance within the universe.
Uh-huh.
This need will not come immediate, but I am giving you a choice to make. Upon your death, you can either live, and I mean your natural death, whenever that may occur. Do not wish to shorten your life. You may either spend the rest of your days with hard-earned peace and tranquility, or you can serve as one of my agents and become a celestial paragon who exists to travel the crystal spheres, to traverse the phlogiston, to make sure that no crime like that of which my brother has committed ever happens again, and the entirety of the cosmos, to lend your aid wherever it might be needed for all of the rest of eternity. It will be hard and it will be arduous. You are committing to an infinite lifespan of service and combat. But what I can promise you is it will give you purpose. You have a desire to preserve the balance of all things. I can
On one
give-
condition,
And what is that condition?
that from time to time, when I pass and my loved ones are still living, I get to at least appear to them in their dreams, if not in person.
I can grant you this. And I can grant you a visit to your prime material, to your world, which will come to be known as Alpha Rusk, once a decade. But after that, your services will be needed elsewhere.
Then when I die, I guess I'll be seeing you soon. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully later rather than sooner. But I will see you when I die.
I cannot reveal to you your future, but I promise that striking this deal will not require any obligation from you for a time, until your natural life has already passed.
Like I said, when I die of natural causes, or battle, whatever comes first, I will see you.
And I find there is none more perfect for this job.
Thank you.
Now, Elistraye speaks up and she says, "Now, Changeling, I believe your name was Shiziki. Could I have a word?"
I suppose. I will press the digitation and make sure I'm all clean and presentable.
You do it. I mean, she is a very pretty drow. You being. Hey guys, we're back.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
Welcome back. Brandon's AFK cooking dinner for himself.
Oh, okay. So you see Elistraye and Shiziki make their way back to the clearing. After being gone for about, I don't know, Shiziki, how long do you think you were gone?
3.5 hours.
Yeah, there's no way I would be waiting around for him for that. There's no way.
It probably wasn't that. It was probably more like, I don't know. I don't want to sell Shiziki short, but
We'll say time stood still for the moment, so it only seemed like 5 minutes, but in reality, it was like 5 days.
Okay, so let me put it
there
this
you
way.
go. That's right. So yeah, we'll just say that time stood still. So he was only gone for like 5 minutes.
So how's it going with Velasquez trying to seal this tear?
It's a slow process, but it's going.
Okay. And what's Torbera doing?
Just waiting quietly.
Okay.
You can tell she's likely anxious to speak to Dorian, but
Yeah, I'll speak to her.
okay. Do you guys acknowledge or say anything to Shiziki when he comes back?
I would imagine this is while he's gone.
Gotcha. Okay.
We're not all just gonna stand around in silence the whole time he's gone and then start conversating the moment he gets back.
As soon as he comes back.
That is true. That is very true.
Yeah. Our
So,
lives don't stop because Shizuki's not with us. Sorry, Shizuki, take another
that is true.
psychic damage.
Yeah, one more point of psychic damage, Shiziki. No, you know what? I would say you would have healed for the 1 point of psychic damage and then gotten it back. So you can just stay where you are. So she says to you, Dorian, you know, you were simply but a baby. I would have never left you if I would have had a choice. Just, these are our people, Dorian. Despite what they might look like, they are still dwarves. I could not let them perish.
What kind of expedition were y'all going on? What did you hope to find?
Your father, he had a vision, and we were following up on that. He spoke to Moradin, at least in his dream, that dark days were coming in the coming years, and there is a shrine dedicated to Ao. in this forest. I've been there, I've found it, I've seen it. And it details all of the events that have already taken place. Your father never found it, however. I believe he was likely too distraught at my disappearance, as we were attacked, and these people saved me.
So you disappeared, then were attacked, or were attacked and then disappeared?
I was attacked and taken away by bandits,
Okay.
and they wandered too close to this encampment, and I was rescued. Your father tried to save me, but there were just too many of them. His dwarven guards were slain, and I don't think they knew that they were attacking the king of the dwarves. And if they had, I'm sure they would not have expected as fearsome of a warrior, but he fought many, many, many of them by himself, felling many. But those who were left managed to escape with me, and your father was unable to find them.
Okay.
And after these people saved me, I knew I had to help them. I met Ithalus, who I was informed needed someone who represented Ao, someone who channeled Ao's power. I have long been a cleric of Ao, and my services were necessary to properly heal these people and preserve their lives, to prevent the spell plague from claiming them. So this is where I've stayed all these years, and eventually the corruption spread to me, but I didn't care. And then she puts a hand on your shoulder and says, "And what a man you have become. I know I haven't been there for the majority of your life, but I am very proud of you, Dorian. The man you have become, and what it is you are a part of, what it is that you are set out to do. My son is going to be part of the group that saves the entirety of the cosmos. To say that I am proud does not even begin to put it into words." At this point, you notice a tear sort of roll down her cheek.
I don't even know what to say.
Does Dorian say that, or is that Tony saying that?
Tony.
Oh.
Dorian doesn't say anything. He just stares.
She just, to break the silence, she asks, "How is your father doing?"
He's okay. You know, it's running a kingdom, I guess. We just got done waging war up in north, and then we went and, well, I got done waging war up in the north and turned around and went back south to go back north again to wage another war on the others, I guess you could call them.
He'd only recently taken the throne whenever you were born. Is he loved by his people? Is he a good king?
Yeah. Everybody likes him. I mean, it's not hard for a dwarf to love a king that charges first in the battle. I mean, all you gotta do is charge first in the battle and drink the most ale. Everybody loves you.
That is good to hear. But I can leave this place now. I don't know if or when these changes to my appearance will ever go away, but
I can fix it. Once we're done here, I can fix it, or one of my friends here can fix it.
okay. I'm gonna go check on my people, see how they are feeling after these events, but don't leave without finding me again before you go.
When you're able to leave here, where will y'all go?
I would like to go back to Stormhaven.
That is where we will leave to.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, someone's parents are sick. I think I might need to go cure them first. Maybe. That's a maybe. They either want me to cure them or conduct funeral rites for them. They haven't decided yet. They don't know if they actually like them enough to get cured, so...
Well, if this is any indication, I
Cough,
believe
cough.
there is a strong possibility that if they are sick, it may be with the spell plague. But let's hope that is not the case.
Yeah, I know, honestly, I don't think they care. Anyways, I will speak with you later.
Indeed. I will go
Fancy way of saying later, Gator.
do some rounds, check on the rest of them. And take care of yourself as she starts to... She leans in for a hug. Does Dorian reciprocate?
Yeah.
So she gives you about a couple second hug and promptly walks off and leaves this clearing to go into another one.
So, something I want to do, Gaff man, Gaff
What's
bro,
up?
Gaff bro man.
Yes, yes.
I don't want to intervene.
The ticking.
Hello.
The
ticking.
ticking is not mine.
Nick, stop tapping.
No.
It's not me. It's my it's my fan. Turn it off. Give me a second.
It's like, oh my god.
So I wish to conduct a ritual.
Okay.
I need to commune.
Oh, are you doing contact other plane?
No.
Are you casting a spell?
Yeah, commune. That's what he said.
Gotcha. Okay. Right. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not like have the what is it? I get to use my channel divinity for the oh my gosh, what is it? Is it not in here? That cleric spell that allows you to ask your god a question and the answer's like yes, no, or they can say something back. I think
Yeah,
it's
that's contact other plane.
Well, it's also commune. Commune is itself as a spell that clerics and maybe paladins have, that they can ask 3 questions and they can get yes, no, or uncertain.
I don't see anything like that on your boon, though.
I'm pretty sure I got
You may select one spell of a level that you can cast from the list of Grave Domain cleric spells or from the cleric spell list.
yeah, no, my cleric spell right now from this level up and probably forever is sending.
Okay.
I thought I had divination. I don't know why I thought I had divination, but I thought I did.
I think you had it for a time because you chose it as your cleric spell.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, sorry, man. I know you've had divination, you've had contact other plane, and And I know you had like a cantrip for a
I
while
never
too.
had contact of the plane. Well,
Oh, then it was just
I
divination.
get
Then.
spare the dying.
Yeah, you always have spare the dying. So, yeah, I think that's it, man. So, and you also know Speak with Dead.
Yeah. All right, never mind then.
Yeah, sorry, man. And now that you have concluded this conversation with your mother, you notice Shiziki come back.
What up,
With,
guys?
him and Elistraye are walking side by side.
He walks by. He walks as he checks something off his checkbook.
That's okay. I just brought in an entire chicken.
Nice.
I'm gonna eat half of it by myself.
Like a whole chicken.
Like a whole entire chicken. That I air fried. And I'm gonna eat half of it by myself.
Man, you have an air fryer? I've been meaning to get one of those.
One time we in
All right,
Thanksgiving we deep fried
Yeah,
a turkey.
off topic. I've heard a lot of people doing that. Yeah,
Alright.
off topic.
Anyhow,
So,
yeah.
Shiziki's back.
And yes, I am checking a box on my checklist as you see me going back.
So I'm still gonna put down the sensors and the like pull out the sensor and the incense, and just to like act like I'm casting a ritual spell or like praying. So I'm still gonna light up the incense and just kneel on the ground.
Okay.
And whether Kellenvor hears me or not, I have words for him.
Okay. What might those words be?
Don't worry about it right now while I type them up.
Gotcha. Okay. It's one of those. Got it. But yeah, Shiziki's back. Yay. Everybody, don't hold your applause.
I don't
Nobody.
plan to because there is none.
Oh, okay.
Took you long enough. man.
So really need to teach him
You
some
just want
protection.
Condoms have not been invented yet. That's a campaign 2 thing.
Oh,
Well-
by the way, I forgot. Do I need to roll for that?
No.
Are you sure?
You know what? Give me a Constitution save, just for good measure. Give me a Constitution save.
Can I choose to fail?
I mean, no, you don't need to make any rolls.
Alright. No, I'll rejoin the group and so I've had some developments, but it seems you guys are all in the middle of something, so I guess we can cover that whenever we need to.
Aaron, by the way, Aaron is kind of sitting with Solomon, right?
Okay.
Excuse me.
And he's just gonna be like, well, I guess I'm gonna die and then not die.
I have checked my databanks. A celestial paragon is a type of creature. Comparable to what one might call an archfiend, but sort of the opposite. They're not angels per se, but they are the strongest celestial being you can be without being one. Just under the rank of solar, they fall somewhere between planetars and solars in ranks of power.
Got it. He's gonna have a gun blazing, mostly angel on his side. Yeah, this is gonna be great.
If it matters, sir, I do think this is. It just feels right, sir. If you don't mind me saying. It feels as though
Solomon, I
something
have
like
told
this is what you've been working your entire life for.
we've been together a long time, and I told you. It's now is the time for you to start becoming. You have learned and grown and have your own thought process. You don't have to apologize, or if you want to say it, then say it.
I understand, sir, and I am growing into that role. I will be fine. Whenever it is that you ascend to this greater purpose, I will be okay.
Just do me one favor.
Of course.
Protect Claresi until she sees fit for you to move on. And if you want to go by yourself, you're more than welcome. If she wishes you and you wish to help another one of my kin, then do that. Just
I will protect her with my life until the day comes that my services are no longer needed.
I appreciate you.
And I appreciate you, sir. You have a grand destiny, which you have been molded to for your entire life. And you have answered a call. And I respect you even more for it.
Hey, well, at least I'll spend an eternity doing what I do best.
Shooting that which threatens the balance? Yes, I believe so.
At point blank range.
Oh my god, that was amazing! Oh, 5 points for Gryffindor on that one. Jesus Christ, that was amazing. Alright.
That was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
I love it how Nick rags on you the most about it. That's what makes it even funnier.
So, when we started the campaign, I never played as a ranged character. I played a ranged character in close combat. So,
Then you realize that
in the face of
it's
point
better to
blank range
shoot things from far away.
is a running joke since I pretty much started playing with this character.
Gotcha. I gave him the look, guys, so that's why he was explaining.
So Nick jumped in
Okay.
on it, but the rest of the people are laughing because they know what the fuck is up.
Yeah. You were saying?
Oh, that was all I had.
Alright.
That's all I have. Yeah, Gavin, we're ready to go to the next part.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Exit stage
So-
1.
Ao says, my power begins to wane. Make sure your world's armies are ready. 2 weeks from today, the assault will begin exactly where this all started. 2 miles south of the town of River Run. 10 a.m.
I'm sorry,
Hey,
is that
Crossball.
Central Time or Eastern Time?
There's no time zones.
Hey, Aos, I have a question.
Of course, fate touched.
When you freeze time, how long goes by per day that you freeze time? Like, if you froze time, how many days in your frozen
None.
time?
But I cannot do this for very long.
Well, in about a week, can you do it again for like enough to have like 6 months worth of training people?
No, I can do this for about an hour.
Oh, we're screwed, guys. Sorry.
I mean, We just had the right montage in an hour where we could really knock out some training.
Put out some Rocky music. Let's get going.
And today is also the day I need an answer. Will I use my power to shield your world upon the convergence, or not?
Oh yeah, I vote shield.
How about Shield?
Aye.
He looks at Dorian and Aaron.
Listen, man, you run the show.
Oh man, I really wish you would have given me like an extra
Alright,
30 minutes.
I don't think it's.
Okay.
What is it that you're trying to do? You said 30 minutes. What is it that you're trying to do?
No, nothing.
Wait.
No, you're good. You're good.
You won't.
Then that it will be. I will shield your world. You will feel nothing but minor tremors. And I will enjoy a nice long nap for the first time in over 10,000 years.
That's
That is all I had for you, my children. This will likely be the last time you see me until my brother has fallen. Prepare your world and be ready. The ferocity of which Zeus attacks will be unlike anything your world has ever seen, as beings from the other side of the far realm, from other universes, from other planes of existence, from other cosmoses entirely, will lay siege upon your world with the intent of total annihilation. You must make sure everyone is ready. And with that, the passage of time continues back to normal, and Ao is no more, and with a passing smile, you, Shiziki, you especially, but the rest of you see Elistraye fade away with just one last passage that she says to you, Shiziki. I will see you again soon. As she disappears into nothing.
So I'm not saying I didn't bang her, but I'm totally not saying I didn't bang her. Anyway.
He tapped that. He tapped that.
Hey, so you guys want to know something cool?
Sure, Suzuki. What do you have to tell us today?
So apparently I'm an angel of death.
Is that a problem?
Yeah, you'd think so, but apparently not. It's actually a good thing, I guess.
Oh. Death is
Where
never
is
a
it?
good thing.
So
I don't know what book you're reading.
I know we've been kind of looking into this and not had a whole lot of luck with it, but apparently, let me make sure I'm not double going. So apparently, I don't necessarily serve the Raven Queen anymore, and apparently she's been training me, but apparently she has close ties with the Angel of Death, which is more of a mantle, a title, that gets passed along. And I was the one that was given the title, without necessarily knowing it. And she was using it to try and manipulate me, but I don't serve her anymore. But I still have the mantle. Well, that's I'm sorry. Could you say that again, there, Ophelia?
You're evil without the god. Is that in the simplest of forms?
Well, so
Angel of death. I mean, no one could say that's a good thing.
here's the thing.
I don't feel like that
So
could be necessarily evil, though.
that's the thing that was kind of covered, and I had to say this is a little bit above my pay grade, but Raven Queen is an entity of death. However, what was her face? Ellis is more of life. So, if I
And-
use the power of this mantle, I can actually channel it more towards creation instead of destruction. So,
'Cause here's
even
the
though I
thing, Ophelia.
fall under as being an angel of death, I don't have to use it in the way that it was originally intended. But I still get all the
Because-
powers that come from it.
Because, Ophelia, without life, there is not death. And without death, there is not life. It's the balance. He can walk that fine line, that gray area, if you call, to be able to do with what he needs to do. He can make the angel of death, instead of someone of nothing but destruction, into somebody that is more balanced in nature.
So my question, Suzuki, is: did y'all talk about death before or after y'all had sex? Because if you did it before,
It's always
and
after,
death,
because you have to create
if you
life in
talked
order to
about
talk
death
about death.
before you had sex, I don't know how death turned you on, but that's just some
Hey, now
weird
don't you
shit
kink
right
shame
there.
me, okay? And a gentleman does not kiss and tell and
I'm
kiss
just saying,
again.
man. Like, if y'all got turned on by talking about death, that's a little weird, bud.
But check this out, and I will bamf out my wings.
And what you guys see when he does is, and you'd literally just seen them. They had a black, shadowy, raven-like appearance. Now they're almost like a crystalline, like hard light is in their appearance. Like it's a tangible light that has shape, with these interchanging, like interlocking, glowing white crystals that connect and form the shape of wings.
That's new.
You just thinking, it's just like, how would you use those during sex? Like, what kind of things could you do with those? Like,
I plan on writing a
just
book about it
questioning
later.
life.
You'll be on the first to get a copy.
yes, Suzuki. Thank you, buddy. You know.
However, I am thoroughly exhausted for the day. I'm ready to take a nap. If anybody else is ready to wind down for the day, I know it's still early morning, but let me know if anyone else needs me. Otherwise, I will be a bit on autopilot.
I'm good.
And one thing that you guys do notice is, ever since he came back, especially when the wings came out, there's definitely more of a divine-like presence to Suzuki. He doesn't just ooze death and darkness. Not really anymore. There is more of a holy sort of energy that you can sort of just kind of sense.
So yeah, what are we doing?
Honestly, that's up to you guys at this point. If you wanted to leave here and actually head to Gilstead, you can. I will say this: at some point tonight, there will be a conversation from each of you, what it is that you have left that you would like to do before the end of the campaign. If it's something short that you would rather not do in the middle of the session, we can meet on a day we don't normally play to knock it out. But after today, there's a good chance next session we're there's a good chance that after today we only have 2 or 3 sessions left, possibly even just 2.
All right. Well, if we're doing that, I'll say this. I'm
Hold on, what are we doing?
Well, nothing right now.
Okay.
I will flip a coin, a platinum in the air. In fact, let me take that from it, and I will cast Galder Speedy Courier.
Okay.
And I will write a quick note, 5260, that says, I think we need to speak. Why don't you lay down and take a nap? And I will send it to Verena.
Okay.
And I'm going to do something with that when everybody else is done, so.
Okay.
And I am going, at this moment, I'm going to kind of sit on Solomon, cross-legged, and I'm going to pray to Sylvanas.
Sylvanas, all right.
But if anybody has anything else shorter to do, I'll let them do it, and then...
Then we'll circle back.
Yep.
Anybody else have something they wanted to do, that they wanted to address? Questions, concerns, comments?
I think I'm good. I don't really have anything to say necessarily.
How is Felia feeling right now? Does she feel any desire to go check in on her family at all?
She's kind of she's indifferent. Like, she loves them because they're family, but she hates them as a person. So she's in limbo. It's kind of an emotional thing that she's having to deal with. You're like, I should visit them because they are dying, because they are the parents, but they sucked. So it's a weird limbo. So she's wanting to visit them because they're family, but she doesn't because they're terrible people in general.
So she's feeling torn. She's not sure
Yeah.
whether she wants to actually go check in on them or not.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a flip of a coin there. Like, just, do I do this because it's the last opportunity, or do I do this because I don't? She knows she's not going to put in the effort to save them.
Okay.
Because they're shit people in general. But with the brief happy times that she recalls, she wants to see them before they go. So, like, she wants, it's one of those things, she's like, I have to visit them, but I don't want to, but I have to.
Okay. So after today, obviously next week is Tony's game, which means we got 2 weeks before my next one. I would be happy to meet with anybody individually or as a small group, whichever way you want to do it, to knock out, just sort of make sure all your boxes are checked before the campaign ends. Because as of next campaign, we are rolling into the end. So I want to accommodate any other little loose ends that anybody might have before this campaign comes to a close. Because, like I said, we probably only have 2 sessions left.
I got one more thing to Shaz doing something or not doing something. Dorian will speak out loud and he'll say, "My path leads me through the dark, one that is not easily taken. Once vengeance is quenched, the worlds will be shaken. My loyalty will never keel. My discipline will be like stone and steel. Always vigilant through day and night. Always honed, prepared for a fight. With this oath I set my mettle. Through the watcher's gaze shall never settle."
I am Darkwing Duck.
Are you swapping oaths?
Maybe. Once vengeance is complete, I don't need to be vengeance forever.
So is this an immediate thing, or is this a putting a pin on it for after Zeos is gone thing?
This is it, like in the thing I said on there. Once vengeance is quenched. So once the vengeance is over, I mean, Ao said he's gone. There needs to be watchers, and the watcher's gaze shall never settle.
Did you write that yourself, man?
Yeah, I just typed it up just now.
It's actually pretty
Like
impressive.
Yeah,
when,
that's
when
what
I
to say.
said,
That's pretty impressive.
whenever I said, I wish you would have given me 30 more minutes, I was like halfway through this.
That's, yeah, that is not bad, dude.
Nice. Now, Gavin, the only thing that I want to do, me and you can do that when we're helping you set up your Unity.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
I still have a thing I would like to do this session, if we can, so.
By all means. So I am good as late as 11 o'clock, but I'll just tell you again, now I'm at a point where you guys have the floor. I will accommodate whatever it is that you want to do.
After my prayer, I'm going to bed.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what the group is doing, but if we're going to be sitting here for a minute, I am going to cast Dream.
All right. Casting it on Rowena.
Casting on Arena.
So it's a hazy dream because you imagine she probably just laid down, but you are able to get through to her.
Okay.
And she appears to you in her dream not as a drow, but as a changeling.
Well, I see you found your true self.
What's happened to me?
Nothing's happened to you. This is what you always were. You've just now come to realize it.
This has to be some curse.
It's not a curse. It's actually more of a blessing, if anything else. Trust me, I understand the transition. I had to go through it myself at one point in time.
How is this a blessing? I thought I was a drow. I thought I was going to live for 700 years. Now, I don't know the lifespan of a changeling, but something tells me it is much shorter than that.
Can be. There are ways to lengthen it, but yeah, it means you're gonna have to make better use of the time that you have on this planet more than you thought you actually did. Look at me. I've been through the same thing, and I will present myself as Shiziki, and then you'll see it drop, and I'll turn also into a changeling. Years ago, I went through the same thing. I had to find out what I actually was, and through a rough transition, I found out around shortly before my parents were murdered because of because of this.
And how did you deal with it? Your world being shaken and finding out your whole life, you've been something else.
It was not easy, to say the least. But I've managed. I've had to lean on others, and I've had to grow and become stronger as a person, but at least we prevented what would have happened to you from what happened to me. Your council, this kingdom that you oversee, unfortunately, are bigots. They are very biased, they are very prejudiced. But before they were able to find out your secret, which would have come out, we were able to stop that, or at least delay it for a bit. So, changes can be made. And just like I was able to protect you once, I'm here, like I said before, to offer you guidance and protection.
And what should I do?
I'm here to make you an offer, Arena. I'm a very powerful man. I have a lot of influence with politics and different kingdoms, and I'm just being a member of the Sins, just as I advertised whenever I came there and had to, well, threaten your general. So I'm here to make you an offer to make sure that you stay protected. Marry me.
Seriously? what was that bubbling noise?
What?
It's blowing bubbles on my Captain and Coke.
Yeah, he's looking
Okay.
around. Yeah.
That sounded like it came off of a phone. Like that
It-
did
it
not
did.
sound like real.
And what do I stand to gain from that?
A lot. A life. I can help you with everything that you have going on, all your questions. I've been through it. I also have everything that I said that I have the influence of bringing. This is a world that has existed with political marriages not being uncommon. This is that. I have strong ties with being a major of the Dark Sun, so I can bring military might, and I also have a lot of influence in Primralty. You need a place that you can go that can keep you safe. If you agree to this, then you can come to Primralty under the guise, well, not really a guise, but for the reasoning of being my fiance. Primralty is now, I've set it up as the new home city of changelings. There's a base of there. You can come there, learn who you are, learn what it is to be one of us.
And what about the throne?
Well, you'll still be queen, and I'll become your husband.
What about the lineage? What about the bloodline? I would need to marry a drow to ensure that at least a half drow replaces me on the throne.
Right, and what happens when you marry a drow and you have a changeling child? Are you going to explain that to your husband? Or you have someone that's already in on the gambit. This is the safest route you could take. I'm offering you, really, a deal that you'll never find again. Because if you marry another drow, someone that is raised under Darkholm's guise, other perspective of changelings, if they ever find out who you are, they'll murder you in your sleep. I'm offering you the opposite. I'm offering you protection.
Make a persuasion check.
With advantage? I don't know. Well, actually,
It's just a regular
if
persuasion.
it's been within an hour of me drinking that potion, but I don't know if it's been within an hour. Luck point. Oh, we'll go with the first one. But 29.
You sure you don't want to go with the second?
Yeah, 29.
The second one would have been fine, regardless. Okay. I see your point. Eventually, I imagine a drow will sit on the throne again. After our when our children have children of their own, then maybe by that time, being at least part changeling won't matter as much.
Well, that's something that we can set the platform for in future generations. But now, we have a wedding to plan. I'd suggest making your way towards Primralty. I have friends there. I have someone that can make sure that you are well welcomed, knowing everything about you. You'll have friends there. You can be able to take your time to come to terms with everything going on. And relax.
And on an official capacity, will it be you that I am marrying, or you as someone else?
Well, I proposed as myself. I will be the one.
Well, my guards will surely not understand this, but I am queen, so
Again, I
all
am
in all, that does
a
not
major
matter.
of the Dark Suns. I am well connected amongst the kingdoms. I may not necessarily be royalty, and I understand this is unorthodox to say the least, but all things considered, I'm a man of such influence, I don't think that they'll question it too much.
There are certainly diplomatic advantages, to be sure. I don't think I'll have a hard time making a case for it.
On that note then, I bid you a good dream, and I will see you, hopefully, not too long in Primralty.
Okay. I'll be there within, I'd say, 3 or 4 days.
Looking forward to it. And I will end
Yeah.
the dream.
Wow, he fucks a god and then gets married.
In the same day.
In the same fucking day.
Hey, Gavin, do you want me to swap to the Oath of the Watchers? I can. It's all
That's
up
up to you. I mean, your whole vengeance thing, you said when vengeance is delivered or whatever it is that you typed it. I know you sent it.
Quenched.
Um,
Quenched.
quenched. Well, it hasn't been quenched yet, so
Yeah.
I'd say you're probably still on the Oath of Vengeance right now.
I think the biggest thing for what I had to put into the little like poem thing was I had to fit vengeance, loyalty, and discipline in there. I think I did a pretty good job. I think it's alright.
Dude, I think it's awesome looking, man. Bravo.
Thank you. I just wanted y'all to talk about it some more. How awesome I am.
It is quite impressive that you're able to just on a whim type that up. Though what would have been better is if you'd been able to format it into a haiku. You know,
Oh,
I'd give you bonus points if.
I don't do haikus.
Oh, okay.
I will also come out of my spell and go find Dorian.
Okay.
How long have you been in that spell?
7 minutes, as long as that conversation took.
He'll probably still be sitting in the same place. Just sitting on his knees with some candles nearby, some incense. Not candles, incense and a censer.
Hey, Dorian. I'm sorry, are you busy?
No.
Can I ask a favor?
You may.
Would you be the officiant of my wedding?
Dorian strokes his beard for a little bit. Probably not real. He's probably not serious about it. Probably doesn't actually care about any gods. Only pro is that it is Shizuki. He's a part of the sins. It's a favor. It'll probably pay well. Again, he doesn't care. It's probably some type of ruse. What's the catch?
No catch, I'm getting married.
Bullshit. To who?
Your mother. No, Rowena.
Verena. Queen. Verena.
Yeah, I believe she's a queen. You know, I never really looked into it that much.
Yeah, she's a real queen.
I proposed, she accepted.
No shit.
I shit you not.
Well, shit on a rock and call me Onyx. I'm happy for you.
Well, thank you. That means a lot.
Don't trust it. Some type of ploy. Which god would oversee it?
Well, I'm kind of in between gods at the moment.
Because if it's Loth, I'm not doing it.
Because of what?
If it's Loth, I'm not doing it.
It doesn't have to be. I tell you what, Dorian. I'm not the most religious type, so I'd probably do this more in favor towards what Rowena likes. I don't know what religion she really follows, to be honest.
Some kind of like death angel or something now.
Angel of Death. Yeah, that's a... But not necessarily death anymore. We're also kind of figuring that out. It's a lot I've got going on right now.
I mean, there's really only two options she could follow. She either follows Selune or the Raven Queen, but you never asked which.
I think
Hey,
she
Gavin.
goes with Selune. It would feel really awkward to be under the Raven Queen, so let's go with Salune.
Alright, I'm going to bed, guys.
All right, man.
Oh man, Gavin, are you sure I can't? I just want to ask Kellenborg a question, but I need a yes or no.
I would say that your connection at this point is strong enough to maybe not get words, but to get feelings.
I want to ask Kellenborg, does the Angel of Death fall underneath his domain?
You. So, let me think the best way to answer how you feel on this one. You get a feeling of confusion. Like, when you ask the question, Kellamvor is confused by what you are even asking. You don't get a yes or a no. It's like if huh could be put into a feeling, that is how you feel.
Glad we got that cleared up.
Huh?
When a god goes, huh?
Great. Great. And then as soon as Dorian feels the huh, it becomes verbal. And he just goes, huh.
So is that a yay, nay? At the very least, I want you to be one of my groomsmen.
Where?
Permiralty.
When?
Well, considering the end of the world is about in 2 weeks, so prior to that.
Oh. Oh no. Maybe.
I'll take that as a strong, just slightly less than yes.
I have to speak with the queen. I will cast sending
You're casting sending.
to the queen.
Looking up spell details.
It's like
25
25
or
words,
less,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, 25 words or less. Go.
This is Dorian. Stormbringer. Did Shiziki propose to you for marriage, and did you say yes?
That was 18
Well over
words.
25, yeah.
Yeah. So, the response you get back is he did, and yes, I did.
I will cast it again.
Okay.
Are you enthralled by any type of magical means or intervention, or threatened by life?
Are you under any duress?
I am not under any magical means. I do so willingly.
I will send a third.
By the way, these are our vows. Are you under magical distress?
The vows are like, yeah, I guess. Sure, why not? That's the vow.
Yeah. So I can send this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can send this 8 times. So I'll send
Okay.
it again for 3. I don't really trust this, but I'm willing to go through with it and officiate. Which god do you serve?
You get a response back that says the Raven Queen.
Oh, damn it!
Dorian literally just kicks over his sensor, just punches his sensor across the field. And then he points at Shiziki and then kicks over his incense and walks away.
So that was
Ah.
yes. We'll circle back.
I walk up to behind Suzuki, kind of like putting his arm over his shoulder and be like, "Well, Suzuki, so I can't help but listen in. You're getting married? Look, we gotta get a party before the party. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're not
Let me
wrong.
plan it.
Noise.
Nice.
I just want to know who Shizuki's best man is.
Oh, that. We'll get to that.
Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy. Ah.
Gotta find some poor slop.
He gets up for his best man speech and is just.
Yeah, he got me there. He got me there. That did happen. That's all I wanted to make sure I got taken care of this session. So, if there's anything else we need to touch base on, I will. I'll do one other thing if there's nothing else anybody else needs to do. Cool. I will flip another platinum in the air and I'll cast Galder Speedy Courier.
Okay.
And I will.
That spell's been used a lot lately.
Dude, it is such an amazing spell.
It is.
And I will send it to Ravella. And it will say, we need to speak, please put on your amulet.
Okay.
And I will wait until I hear from her on the amulet.
You just hear a voice. Yes.
Ravella, how are you?
I'm doing fine. I assume you need something?
Well, I do, but I still want to know how you're doing.
I'm okay. As usual, I'm doing perfectly fine.
Okay. Hey, so, happenstance, you remember before when you had that premonition, about that avatar of annihilation? You hadn't happened to have any more of those here lately, have you? Sorry,
It's funny that you should ask.
Oh.
I've seen. She says it's funny that you should ask. So I've seen visions of him, but he's sleeping. Seems to be motionless in a dark landscape. Doesn't look like. Odd, actually.
Sorry, cut out there. It doesn't look like, and then I got odd completely.
Oh, it doesn't look like anywhere on this world, is what she said.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to let you know about a couple of things, if you don't mind. So, I happened to save a queen not that long ago. I may or may not have told a little fib about you.
Oh, what did you say, Shizuki?
Well, are you familiar with Queen Arena of Darkholm?
I know the name. She took the throne just a couple years ago.
So, big surprise. Turns out she's a changeling. Who would have thought, right?
You're being serious.
Quite. As it turns out, her inner council was plotting against her. Didn't really have quite a way to prove that on the fly, so I might have said you had a premonition that her general was gonna murder her. So I had to kind of sort of maybe kill him to make sure that he didn't do anything to her.
Do I want to know anything else?
Well, here's the thing. Shortly after that, I kind of sort of proposed.
You realize the information you're giving me, which, don't worry, I'm not going to say anything, but if it were to come out that I was aware of all of this and said nothing, that I could lose my spot on the throne?
I mean, to be honest, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even be alive. So I'm trusting you with this. Because I
Trust me, I'm not
feel...
going to say a thing. I'm already way wrapped up in it more than I would like to be, so believe me, I understand it is in my best interest to stay silent.
Here's my thing, Ravella. I'm bringing this to you because I trust you. And I want to help you, which is what I've constantly done. I'm hoping this is something that shows that I'm trying to pull away and not... I want to be Shiziki, not necessarily always Reiner. If you can
Which,
help me
of
with
course,
this...
I appreciate. Of course, I appreciate that. I will help you any way I can. Don't mistake this. I am your ally. I am your friend. You can trust me.
Then
But I
this
do
is
have
good
some concern
news.
for you
Alright.
with what you have gotten yourself wrapped up in. Ugh, can't talk apparently. Wrapped up in, which I cannot even list one example because the examples are too many. So I just wish for you to tread cautiously.
You know,
Please.
you are a real party pooper. Here I am to tell you I'm about to get married, and here you are sitting here trying to make it just all doom and gloom. I'm getting married, Ravella!
And congratulations. And it will be a grand ceremony, I'm sure.
Well, that's the thing. It's at Pomeralty, and probably in a few days. I need you to kind of go ahead and get that thing planned and started.
Are you serious?
You know, I am. Fortunately, I have sent quite a bit of money to Pomeralty, and if you need more, I can send more funds to help things along the way. So, yes, I'm asking for a favor.
I will prepare the grand banquet hall. I will make sure that day that the Temple of Aquitos is cleared and that you have full access to it, and a grand feast will be planned, ripe with jesters and minstrels.
Well, you know what? Now that we haven't mentioned it all, I think this would be a good opportunity to bring some people together. I've already invited a lot of leaders of the other kingdoms for a summit. Considering things that I know that are going to be coming in the near future, this wouldn't happen to be a bad opportunity for two birds and one stone. Why don't we go ahead and invite some of the kings and queens of the other kingdoms in for the celebration, and then we can also cover some politics. Mix a little bit of business and pleasure.
That will be easy enough to accomplish, especially since a queen is getting married. In fact, that is likely something that does not even need to be planned, but I will make sure it does occur. It's sort of traditional for the monarchs of the other kingdoms to attend an event such as this, so that is not an unreasonable request, and in fact is a likely one to happen regardless.
I like it. And to be honest, Ravella, I think you'll like Rowena. She's about your age, and to be honest, needs a friend and a confidant. Be honest with her, with the exception of one little fib, but otherwise, she knows what she is. She knows what I am. You do too. You're one of the few that's on that inner circle, so as another favor to me and to her, be a shoulder she can lean on. I think she needs it right now.
Oh, I will gladly do so, and from what I hear, especially considering her young age, she is a very wise queen.
Yeah, I think so. I think I made a right call.
She's a catch, Shiziki.
Well, on that note, I'll see you soon, Ravella.
Of course. Now, can I take this amulet off? It itches my skin.
Go right ahead.
And she cuts the communication.
And I will also take my amulet back off, like Dorian advised me before, and I'll throw that back in my bag.
Okay.
Alright, that's all I got.
Alright, what about anybody else? Anybody else got again? Something else to
I don't think
consider.
there's anything I could do.
Okay. Something else to consider is be thinking, and I can meet with you individually or in a small group. The campaign's almost over. We've got 2, probably 3 sessions tops left.
How?
If there's any loose ends you want to tie up, any boxes you want to check, you're coming upon your last chance.
So, it's Velasios that actually has gained divination through the Staff of the Magi, not Dorian. So how
yes,
did-
you would be right on that one.
What happened with the thing, the ley line? Is it fixed?
I'd say it's probably pretty much close to being fixed now.
Which one?
Velasios knows it usually takes a few hours to fix one, but
Which one? I can't remember off the top of my head, but which one is your god of knowledge?
Agma.
Agma. So as Velasios finishes the ley line, he'll actually take one of the scrolls that he has, one of his many spell scrolls, and he'll just drop it into the ley line as like the sacrificial for the religion thing that you need for divination to cast. It has to be worth 25. Would you consider a 6th level spell or an 8th level spell plenty of enough GP cost to make a sacrifice for the spell?
Wait, what are you asking?
I need a sacrificial offering that's worth at least 25 GP. Will a 6th level wall of fire be worth more than
Oh,
enough?
the spell scroll? Oh, more than enough.
Oh, a 4th level wall of fire.
Yeah, more than enough.
Okay, yeah, I'll drop a 4th level wall of fire into the ley line and just watch it kind of eviscerate or whatever when it falls in, right before the ley line fully shuts. And I need to ask Agma a question.
Okay.
Are you entertained?
Are you entertained?
Yep. He can
That's a
reply
single
with
question.
a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, an omen. Although you're the DM, you can do what you want, but
So you're asking him, are you entertained?
yep.
Give me a curveball with that one. He replies and says, entertainment is irrelevant.
You're relevant. Alright, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. I just feel like every arc that we go in, I have to tell Agma how much shit he is.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, makes sense.
So... Shiziki, do you have a moment of your time that I could steal?
Velasios, for you, I have several.
I need to go to a plane that I have not been to before.
And how can I assist in that?
To go to the plane.
And what do you to just escort you? Go with you? What are you asking of me, Velasios?
Do you or do you not know of any plane that you are able to go to that I have not been to?
I don't know where you've been before. To be honest, I don't traverse planes.
I mean, so, Sean, I can help you out with this one, or just let it be. Up to you.
Let it be.
Okay.
I just name a plane that you're able to go to, and I'll tell you if I've been there or not.
I don't travel planes, Velasquez. That's not really something in my wheelhouse. This plane? The plane that Tempest was on when we went to the tournament? I've been there, but beyond that, as far as I'm aware, haven't been to other planes. Now,
of war.
yes, we went there for the tournament before you joined up with us. We fought against other warriors of different places and such.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Went to the plane of fire. You were there for that. Plane of water when I first acquired antithesis. But typically, I don't travel to too many other planes. Familiar with a few, but as far as I know, I don't think I've been to others.
Interesting.
Is it?
When the worlds... Yes. When the worlds collide...
I feel like you're fishing for something here, Velasquez. What are you looking for, man?
Never mind. So, are we finished here?
Man, you really just have an ominous vibe all the time.
You know, I can promise you one thing, Shizuki. You will get the day to kill me, and you will be so much happier when it is through.
I don't want to kill you.
Want has nothing to do with it.
Typically.
No. You would be foolish to think so. But anyways, we must prepare for this fight and...
Wait. Hold. We're talking about killing each other. We can't just glaze over that. Look, you can be as ominous as you want, but like, are you want me to kill you?
What?
Want to kill you and the day will come. We gotta circle back a little bit. Here, hold on. Velasquez, I was actually gonna invite you to my wedding, man, and now you're talking about killing each other. By the way, I'm getting married. I want you to be there.
I will not.
Now that, I will take 10 points of psychic damage.
And then 10 more when he doesn't show up.
I said no, not us killing.
Have you really taken 12 points of psychic damage from this session just because of your ego being hurt?
Yeah, I'm at 12 now.
You know, you can give yourself like 2 of those back for getting laid by a goddess, alright?
Oh, I get another point of inspiration for that, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's definitely coming into contact with a divine being, in every sense of the word.
Alright, so I am at 10 wounds of psychic damage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, wait.
About us killing each other.
You said that day I'd want to kill. You said that word. I don't understand half the things you said, but I picked up on that one.
I said one day you will get a chance to kill me, and you will be happy for it.
Now, why do I want to kill you, Velasquez?
You are not listening to me.
Yes, the day will come where I will have the chance to, and I will be happy. If there is a day where I am happy to get to kill you, that means I have wanted to kill you. I don't want to kill you. Why? Why do you say these things? And why won't you be my friend and be at my wedding, man?
You're not listening.
It's gonna be an open bar.
You know what? If you choose not to listen to what I have to say...
I listen to what you say all the time. The problem with it is you say so many things that people don't know what parts they're supposed to listen to and what parts are irrelevant.
It's not about want, Shiziki. It's not about what you want. It is a choice. It will come soon.
Alright. Elucidate the situation for me. If I have the opportunity to kill you, whether I don't want to, but just have the opportunity and am happy for it, why would I be happy for that?
Well, you'll have to discover that when it happens. You know, there's a gift in knowledge. And one day,
You know, there's God of knowledge. You should talk to him. He seems like he might be right up your alley.
yes, he is, let's say, what's a nice way of putting it? He is an app.
He is a what? I didn't hear that part.
An ass.
Oh, okay.
There is one thing at your wedding. Is that when you will want me to turn in my side of the favor?
Probably around that time, yes.
Then I will be there. But only for the time that you need your favor produced. And then after your wedding, on your wedding night, I will call upon my favor.
I mean, like, right in the middle of my wedding night? Because, I mean, I don't mean to be crude, but...
Favor. If I do one for you, you will do one for me. When I am ready, I will call for you, and I expect you to answer, as I will answer when you call for me.
I don't suppose you want to elaborate on your favor. I've been pretty open and forward with you about most things. You are very... you.
I don't know, Shizuki. I don't know. I've already told you. I feel like I'm talking to Dorian over here. It's like I'm talking to a rock. And I am not entertained with this notion. I will be taking my leave. If you have need of me, you can always reach me.
You know, I really just try and help you become... really just draw you out of your shell. I think if you were more of a people person, we could solve this together.
I hope you know that when you finally die, I will burn your mansion to the ground. And I'm gonna cast teleport.
You gonna counterspell or anything, Shizuki?
I'm just gonna kind of like... but the thing... oh, he's gone. And I'm gonna take another 5 points of psychic damage.
Man, keep this up. You're just gonna die from a broken ego.
Hey, just think about it. You've taken more psychic damage in this one session than you did the entire fight with Relicanter.
It's also that, I will take out Melastro's book and be like, I'm gonna write, "Why don't you love me? XOXO Shizuki."
I mean, yeah, you see it appear in your book.
Yeah, I detonate weird on the book.
You write weird.
No, I detonate weird on the book.
Okay.
I'm just joking. There's not a weird on the book. But, how's Blue doing?
We're just gonna move on past that. Okay.
He's
Fair
like,
enough. Fair enough.
I don't respond to his messages. I never respond to his messages. Why would I respond now?
That's pretty fair. He doesn't, typically.
So he's a young dragon by this point. He's about 12 feet tall, even like not standing on his hind legs. If he were to stand up, he'd probably be about 20 feet tall. Um, he's growing up quicker than dragons should, but
What?
you gather that might have something to do with his ancestry.
Blue, if I have a moment of your time, please.
Oh, sure. I was just into this book about the Sundering.
Did
Uh,
Other Me tell you about the live events of the Sundering?
I know some of them.
Well, you can always ask Other Me. He has my memories. He does have memories of the event firsthand.
I will do that. No, I was just reading this book. I know they're technically the same, but other you, he's. I know he's also you, and he's supposed to be just like you, but for some reason, I don't like him, but I do like you.
I can replace him if you would like. I just need to go find some snow.
Oh well, I mean it's fall, it's about to be winter.
I mean, I could just teleport up north where the mountains are and just gather snow. I could do that.
What are you
No,
gonna replace him as? Frosty the Snowman?
No, I just
no,
reflect some alacrity.
yeah,
Yeah.
it takes snow to cast this. Actually, I think it takes powdered iron to cast the spell. Um,
It takes a lot of stuff. It takes a powdered ruby, some snow and ice, the size of a creature's body, some fingernail clippings. Yeah. Blue. I forgot what I was going to ask.
he looks at you and he says, "Oh, look what I learned." Oh, but before I show you, well, I'll just show you on something else. See that chair over there?
Mm-hmm.
He lifts up his paw and shoots out a magic missile, and it shatters the chair.
Put it back together, Blue.
He casts a repair spell, and the chair puts just all the pieces converge back together, and it's a whole chair again.
So when he does that and he puts the chair back together, I will smirk. You are learning quickly.
This magic stuff, it just
Comes
feels
naturally.
exactly. It just feels so easy to me. It feels like not. It doesn't even feel like I'm learning it. It feels like I'm remembering it, like it's something that's always been there.
Blue, the world is about to change in 2 weeks' time. The sands of time is ever shifting, and we're going to be in for a surprise. Before that happens, I'm going to have to put you. Where would you like to go? You can't be in my house. You could stay here in this tower, and the tower will protect you. It's already lived through several calamities. I could send you up north to the mountains, where there's nothing that could hurt you up there. Maybe if we had a few earthquakes, maybe some fissures, you could always just fly over them or fly away.
I'd actually like to learn more about the people that my mother protected.
Very well. After everything is said and done, and this world is, I guess you could say, unbroken, we will go to the north and start constructing you your own tower. And we will have Other Me lug all the books.
I mean, I could do it easily.
Well, what, bring the books?
Yeah.
Oh, heavens no. I'm going to need your assistance creating a teleportation circle to have a permanent circle between our two towers.
Oh, okay. That I haven't learned that spell yet, but I'll find a
Okay.
scroll. I'll start reading it.
You can assist me. And I'll write you a scroll tonight. How about that?
That yeah, absolutely. He seems very excited. Like, and you've noticed this about Blue too. He's magic is something that he was unsure about at first, but there's an enthusiasm, there's an excitement when it comes to magic.
So, what I want to do is for Blue, I want to start teaching him Velastrio style of magic. Like, Velastrio has a lot of mental and psychic stuff. So it's like, yeah, he can have teleport, fly, haste, but he also has stuff like sending, sleep, charm person, dominate person, modify memory, mass suggestion, like the mental psyche abilities. So that way people don't just, yeah, like he could just, if somebody sees him, if he's walking on the street, somebody's like, oh my god, you're a dragon, just because he like sneezes too hard, he could just wipe their memory. But
Right.
first, I'm gonna teach him that pocket spell.
Oh, wrist pocket.
Yeah, I'm gonna teach him wrist pocket. That's an awesome spell.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spell.
Yeah, I'll write up a scroll for the teleportation circle for him to study, if I don't already have one.
You may somewhere in the tower, but you figure it'd probably be quicker to just make one than try to find it.
Yeah. Well, that's all I want to do.
Okay. And by the way, Tony, as far as like, well, we'll talk about this later. There's some stuff I might need to get with you about to just sort of. There's going to be some input and a couple things in campaign 2 that I'm just going to sort of want your thoughts on, but we'll talk about that later.
Okay. All right, guys. I actually have to dip, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit the hay, call it a night.
Okay. And to everybody else, again, you don't have long to sort of check some boxes. So if you're thinking about anything else you might want out of campaign 1, because before you know it, we'll be at the first session of campaign 2. So just be thinking. I don't want you, ending campaign 1 and thinking back, oh fuck, I meant to do that, and never getting the chance.
I mean, I'm getting married. I don't know what else I can do.
I feel like I'm just ready to go to a fresh character that I can actually start from like scratch.
Yeah, campaign 2 is going to be good. Now, I will warn you that campaign 2, I'm trying to make it dramatically different from campaign 1. Not any worse or not any better, but just different. The overall format of how the campaign runs is going to be a lot more sandbox.
Before you get into that, unless there's anything else that's happening here, I'm gonna go and kill the recording.
Yeah, that's fine.